Our pitching matchup tonight, 13-game winner John Garland and A's right-hander Kirk Starlos. The ball game was scoreless going to the top of the third inning. The A's batting with one out. Nick Swisher had a double. Marco Scudero with a base hit. The A's had things set up with Jason Kendall coming up next.
1-1 pitch to Kendall. A line drive, base hit up the middle. Coming in to score is Nick Swisher. Going to second and holding there is Marco Scudero. And Jason Kendall with an RBI singled up the middle. The A's lead the game by a score of 1-0. Went inside with another pitch as they had done in the first inning. This time Garland did not get it as far inside. And Jason Kendall, always a great hitter with runners in scoring position, comes through with a solid base hit up the middle. And the A's score first in this weekend series.
After Kotze lined to left, Bobby Crosby came up looking to continue his recent outstanding offensive run.
First and second for the A's. Scudero at second, Kendall at first. Crosby at the plate. 1-2 count. Garland in set position. The A's trying to improve on their 1-0 lead. And the pitch. Ground ball just inside the line. First base. It's going down to the right field corner. Coming around to score is Scudero. Coming to third is Kendall. He's come hard, but Ron Washington will hold him there. Bobby Crosby, opposite field double, driving in another run. And the A's have a 2-0 lead.
A's took that 2-0 lead into the bottom of the fourth inning. The White Sox batting against Kirk Starlos. Jermaine Dye leading off and was hit by a pitch. Timo Perez singled, his second of 3 hits today. Joe Creedy bounced into a force play, and now a fine defensive play with Uribe at the plate, although the White Sox were able to get a run.
The pitch, ground ball to the first baseman, Dan Johnson, steps on the back, throws to the plate, and safe. Here's the runner, Dye, coming in. Dan Johnson had the ball come to him. He was just probably a little too far off the bag at first. No chance to turn a double play by going to second and then back to first. So he went back to the bag, tag, spun, and threw quickly to Jason Kendall. But Kendall, even though deking the runner Jermaine Dye, trying to make the quick tag, Dye got in around the tag and was safe. And the White Sox have scored a run. The A's now lead by a score of 2-1.
2-1 A's. John Garland would last just 5 innings in the ballgame. One reason for that, he threw 112 pitches, and many of those came in the top of the fifth. Marco Scudero leading off with a double. Jason Kendall hit a comebacker. Scudero holding at second. Mark Kotze an infield single. And so the Athletics at first and third, and once again it was Crosby with an RBI opportunity. But now the A's are leading 2-1. And Garland's delivery to Crosby is a ground ball down the third base line, a base hit rolling into the corner. Scudero scores from third. Kotze is going to third. Into second with a stand-up double is Bobby Crosby, and now 3-1 Athletic.
Young man is amazing, isn't he?
Something else.
Wow.
3-1 A's going into the bottom of the seventh inning. Kirk Starlos came out to work the seventh. He allowed a leadoff single to Uribe. That was it for Starlos. Justin Duchscher came on, and the all-star Scott Podsednik was the first batter that Duchscher faced.
Duchscher, Podsednik, perfect night. 2 hits and a walk, and he bunts towards first. Hurry up, guys, as Dan Johnson goes for the bag. He is out. What a great play by Johnson as he went back to the bag himself. And a slide by Podsednik, but Johnson fielded the ball. A slide to get to the bag, and he beat the hustling Podsednik down, who slid himself, and they get out number 1 here in the 7th.
Then after Willie Harris struck out, the next hitter was Carl Everett.
Duchscher, long look at second at the pitch. Ground ball hit hard, fair ball inside the line. And that's going to drive in a run. Carl Everett will stop at first with a base hit, RBI base hit, this time inside the line. Drives in Uribe, and the A's lead now by a score of 3-2.
3-2, could have been more. Konerko was up next, and again, I guess, hang a star on another Athletics defensive play.
2-1 to Konerko. Hit hard. The shortstop diving with Crosby. The only play across the diamond. Great play. Kicks him at first. What a play by Bobby Crosby. Diving to his right, up to his feet, cross the diamond with a strong throw, and he gets the runner, Paul Konerko, at first, and the A's are out of the inning. So we head to the top of the 8th with the A's leading the White Sox 3-2.
In that top of the 8th, left-hander Neil Kotz was pitching for the White Sox. Scott Hatterberg greeted him with a base hit. Kotz left. Cliff Polite came on. Eric Burns with a base hit. Dan Johnson a deep drive into center field for an out, and then Nick Swisher, who had doubled earlier in the ball game, looking perhaps for another two-base hit. So Swisher batting left, the infield double play depth, as Police delivers, and a drive into right center. Podsednik going back, still going at the track, reaching out, can't get it, and it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double that will score Hatteberg. It's kind of a bad break for the A's, though, because Burns has to be held at third. But a ringing ground rule double hitting on the track, caroming over the fence in right center by Nick Swisher has given the A's a 4-2 lead. Justin Duchscher worked 2 innings for the A's in relief of Sarlos. Houston Street was on to try to close it in the ninth with the A's leading 4-2. Joe Creedy bounced out, and Juan Uribe singled, and the next hitter was Scott Podsednik. Outfield toward left for Podsednik, a left-handed hitter. The 0-2 pitch is swung on stroke to left center. Coming on, Kase racing and runs it down, makes the catch. And back to first goes Uribe, and that's out number 2.
Another great defensive play by the A's. Kase with a tremendous first step, great jump to get to the ball, dying quickly in left center.
And now Big Hurt will pick it up with 1 strike on Frank Thomas. Street out of the stretch. The pause, now the pitch. Taken for a strike in the inside corner. A front door slider. Had him backing out of there. The ball came back over the inside corner.
Houston Street has gotten to top of right-handed hitters in his rookie season. Beltre, Sexton from the Seattle Mariners, Brett Boone up there. This would be a huge one to get tonight.
Here's the stretch. And now the 2-2 pitch to Thomas. On the way, swung on it, missed, struck him out with a slider. Houston Street strikes out the Big Hurt, and the A's nail down the win. 4-2 A's as Street gets the save.
What a great pitch. It tied up Frank Thomas. He was looking away. But, you know, one thing, Brandon Buckley, who warms up a lot of the pitchers, he said Houston Street is one pitcher that can make a mistake and get away with it probably as well as anybody. He throws a slider so hard, tied up the Big Hurt. He knew it was a strike, tried to have an emergency swing, could not make contact, and the A's get the strikeout and a big first game victory here in Chicago.
Final score tonight was the Athletics 4 and the White Sox 2. And Robert Vaughn will have the scoreboard when the A's postgame.